sportschatplace.com, pickdogs.com. It is Saturday, May 22nd, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, we try our best to win every game on the show, every pick we give out, but our best bets always are premium picks. Of course, we also have our YouTube premium now, where we give out premium picks via our YouTube channel. And, well, pretty much about it. So we bring in the guys. We're running a little bit late today, so we'll play some catch-up. Morning, everybody.
Morning.
And Brian coming off of the big day yesterday, smoked me. I was on the other side of Romanelli's Cubs. I was on the other side of Brian's Yankees and his Grizzlies. So I got absolutely smoked yesterday. I was down 300 units or something on the day, 300 minus 300 on the day. So, oh well, happens. Value betting. So, I'd say, for the day I had, that's minor damage compared to what some other people take on a bad day. Of course, we don't compare ourselves to other people except when we're comparing ourselves to other people. But we got NBA in action. We got 4 playoff games. It is the real NBA playoffs, and hopefully you guys saw my sportsbook offer video. Bet $5, win $200 at DraftKings. You can't beat that with a stick. I'll put the link in the description too on that. Bet $5, win $200 on the NBA today. Plus, there's also on DraftKings, I didn't put the link up, but I will. They have the Hammer the Over special on the Clippers game against the Mavs. Every 1,500 bets on the over, they move it down a point. So, I mean, if you get 150,000 bets on this thing, and you can get it down to like 6 or something. You can get it down to 115 or something if you get enough people to bet it. But I think the most you can bet is $25 on that thing. So it's in the wheel. It's more of a fun thing than anything else. I think it's an interesting thing. Anyways. Now Bundy's not pitching tonight. I think it's Sandoval, isn't it?
Yeah, Bundy got scratched.
Yeah, it's Sandoval. Not Sandoval. Another strong pitching performance by the Angels yesterday. Did you see that home run? It was like, I think they might actually win a game. Crack. No. Not going to happen. It's like, how do you give up a 3-run jack in that spot? It's like, I mean, I could see the White Sox when they hit into the triple play. I could see exactly how that happened, but I can't see giving up that 3-run jack. I mean, the White Sox had that game won, right? I mean, they got Billy Hamilton at second, nobody out. They got a runner up first, and it's like, crap. And then the game-winning hit by the Yankees, it was the exact same hit that they turned the triple play on. If the guy's standing 2 feet over, the ball goes right to him, he steps on the back, boom, they do the exact same thing right back to him.
Right back to him.
Yeah. Happens. That's baseball. You go to the park every day, you see something different, man. But that is like nobody out, runner at second. I'm like, yeah. I'm like ready to get my win, and oh man, triple play. You don't see that every day.
No, you do not.
So all you could do is laugh, right? And it's like
Brian triple play Bittler.
It's like, how about Mercedes for the White Sox? You get rid of McCann, right? You get this guy. Oh, man. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming, right? It's like, oh, no, McCann has gone to the Mets. It's like, wow, this guy's really good. And the thing is, you can tell that he's got staying power. It's not like he's not like a flash in the pan with a fast start or whatever. This guy is. That would be like the guy on the Tigers, Abdu.
Oh, Akil Badu.
Yeah, like he had the big start, and then they kind of figured him out, right? He can't hit the junk, so they. But this guy, he can flat out hit, man. Crazy stuff. That's who he got the hit, and then they put Hamilton in. But the White Sox to tie it up, I mean, they did everything right. Do you put Liam Hendricks in there in that spot, though, instead of Marshall? I think you do. And the Yankees went with, what's his name? The guy who chokes his girlfriend.
Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman. I wonder, is he married now? Is he finally straightened it out? Did he finally get it together? I mean, did this guy finally settle down? Or has he still got a rest sheet 6 miles long? I guess the record stays with you, kind of like mine, right? It just stays with you wherever you go. Anyways, Bucks and Heat, Mavericks, Clippers, Nets and Celtics, and the Nuggets and the Trailblazers. Rod, who do you like?
Well, for me, in these games here, I like the Heat here. You look at the Bucks. Bucks are 1-3-1. ATS, their last 5 playoff games, is a favorite. That's just too many points. I think this comes down to last possession. So give me the Heat plus the 5 in that one. And I also like the Mavericks plus the 5.5 in that one as well. That's too many points in a playoff game. Luka comes to play and makes this one interesting. They even got a good shot to win that one outright. But I'll take the points. Give me the Mavericks plus the points. And last one, I like the Blazers and the Nuggets to go under the total. I see it set at 227. Love the under in that one. Nice defensive battle in that one. Take the under 227. Last one, I like the Blazers 227.5 if you can get it.
Yeah, for me, I'm very excited about the NBA playoffs. Going to give you guys a pick on each of the 4 games. These are where I'm leaning so far. I like the Miami Heat game to go under the total. Heat, one of the better defensive and well-coached teams in the NBA. I think if they're going to have any chance with Giannis and the Bucks, they're going to have to play their defensive style and force him to the perimeter. I think there's going to be a slower-paced game, so I like the under in that one. I also like the under in the Clippers and Mavericks. Mitch mentioned the Hammer, the over special going on at DraftKings, I believe, right? That was the right book.
Yep.
And but even still, I see a lot of the total opened up at 221.5. It's now crashed down to 217.5 with the public actually on the over. So I like the under in this one. Mavericks, what was the difference? They're
pushing the public to the over, right? I mean, the DraftKings is pushing the public to bet.
Yeah, but even I think that they're.
I wonder if those numbers are in that. Well, I mean, so it's because it's the promotion is to bet the over. DraftKings, I think, is the largest of the U.S. books, so those numbers could be in there. I don't know. It's a special boost thing. It's supposed to be separate, but. Who knows,
Yeah. Well, even if you throw away the money, I still like the under just based on the statistics. The Mavericks, the reason why they are now 12 games over 500 to end the regular season was because they played better defense. They struggled so badly defensively in the beginning of the season. They sharpened up on D, and I think they're going to be sharpened up on D in this series, in this game. I like the Mavericks getting the points, but I like the under as well. I also like the Brooklyn Nets laying the points against the Celtics. I just think that they're the team to beat in the East right now. So I think they get a double-digit win over a Boston team that had to play in a play-in game while the Nets got to rest. And then the Nuggets and Trailblazers game, I like the over. Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, they know how to shoot it from long range. I think that this is going to be a fast-paced game, back-and-forth scoring. So I like the over in the Nuggets game.
Right.
These 2 free picks, I almost like them just as much as premium picks, and I got to disagree with my Junior Sharp here. I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics plus the 7.5, plus 8. Nets are maybe the squares playing the board tonight. Boston limped into the playoffs, but they're well coached. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's going to play tonight or not, but I think they got more than enough to keep it within 2 possessions. And then the best bet of the free picks is probably the Dallas Mavericks plus the 5.5, 6 points. There's no reason why they can't keep it within a possession. The Clippers didn't look great going into the playoffs. I think they were 3-7 to finish off the season. So I like Dallas there as my best free pick bet in the NBA.
I like the Heat plus the points against the Bucks. I think they got a good chance to win this outright, snag a win. It just seems that the Heat know how to put the clamps on teams in that last 5 minutes, kind of like the way the Clippers choke away the last 5 minutes. The Heat know how to put the clamps on teams in the last 5 minutes. It's kind of like we saw last year in the playoffs. You know, you want to talk about out coaching. I mean, the Heat are going to out coach a lot of teams there, and you know, we saw in the playoffs last year. It was just like this flipped the switch, and it was like Boston just couldn't score on them. Right? It was horrible. Then I like the Mavs. I also like the Nets, and with Romanelli there, I just think they come out gangbusters, and I believe they have a lot of fans in the crowd for this one, right? So I know for the Knicks, they're expecting 15,000 for that Knicks game tomorrow. I thought that I also thought Brad Stevens went way overboard on the mush on the press conference there. Way overboard. I think it's one thing to give another team accolades and to give them credit and to talk about like how good their players are. I think it's another thing to say, oh, we just have no chance of winning against these guys. They're so good. You know, I don't think it sets the right tone for your players and your team. And I think he's trying to basically say, you know, it's us against the world, and, you know, we got to have to do everything we can do. Maybe that's what he's trying to do there. But this whole, everybody's picked these guys are going to the finals, and if we can just hang in there with them, you know, it would be something. It's like, I don't know, man. I think he's a great coach, but I really did not like the press conference. And I did not. It was kind of like he gave himself an out if they get rung up, and, you know, he kind of, if anything, you know, I think if he tried to motivate his players, I don't see how that motivates the guys instead of saying, you know, we got this. These, you know, we have a good team too. You know, we have some good players too, and we played these guys. You know, it's not like we haven't played these guys and beat them. You know, on other teams and, you know, on this team, and, you know, it's not like we've never beaten the Brooklyn Nets before, right? It's like, instead of that, I mean, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I don't know if anyone saw that, but it was a little pathetic, to be honest with you. And I was a little surprised to hear it from Brad Stevens. I think that Danny Green actually commented on it as well. He was just like, my coach says something like that, man. It's like, I hate his guts. He says something like that. And it's like, he's like, that's not what you want to hear about how good the other team is. Yep. Brad Stevens has not been a good motivator this season at all. It's probably his worst coaching job he's ever done. And he's done some unbelievable coaching jobs. This guy got Butler to the final twice. But not this year, man. He's been terrible, to be honest. Let's see if we can find a direct quote here. Oh, man. Yep. Brad Stevens can't stop praising the Nets, is what it says. New York Post all over this one. There'll be some nice tip your cap moments. Nice shot and go on the other end and score, Stevens said. You're going to hold these guys. You're not going to hold these guys to 90. These guys are a high-octane offense. You have to guard them as hard as you can and go score on the other end. I mean, but that's just, you know, then he's like about, so this is about Kyrie. He's a super special player with a really good heart. I certainly don't have anything negative to say at all. He's a guy that puts you on your heels when you play against him and has impacted winning in so many ways wherever he has been. It's too much. It's too much, man. It's like, and he goes on and on and on. I mean, this is just, you know, this is the Post, so they're like digging it. They're going for the deep tracks, but I mean, the top end fluff was just basically, not Berea, you know, but really he meant it, like not our mocking of, oh no, not Sandoval. Yeah, I also like the Blazers. You want to talk about crazy line movement? That's the one, right? +1. We did see the Blazers beat the Lakers in Game 1 of the last time they were in the playoffs too. Outrighted them. No value on the money line there. Take your point.
Yeah.
No value. Speaking of no value, Brian, what do you got for sale?
Tremendous value here off a 5-0 day. Winning days 3 of the last 4. 3 of the last 4 days by Take It to the Bank 5-pack, 3 MLB plays, 2 NBA best bets, $50. Pickdogs.com. If you're not a YouTube premium guy, make sure you're signed up and subscribed.
Yep, swept the board yesterday, 3-0, nice day, up 310 units, and doing well in the last 7 days as well. Looking to do it again today. And we got my top 2 NBA plays of the day as well as my MLB play of the day. It's a 3-pack Super Saturday. Grab it on Pick Dogs Premium, $29.95.
And for me, it's Satisfaction Saturday. We're on back-to-back winning days. Up over 6K this week. I absolutely love Saturday's action. I've got 3 NBA, 1 MLB, and 1 NHL I absolutely love. Don't miss out on these 5 best bets. Perfect opportunity to keep crushing the books. Jump aboard. We'll have another winning day. Love these plays.
Well, Brad Stevens says it's hard to see the Nets not winning the NBA title this year. It's hard to see that I would have back-to-back losing days. I got an MLB early 3-pack. I might add some more games to it. I might add another pack as well and some other stuff. But, yeah, it's hard to see the Nets not winning the NBA title. Brad Stevens said that also in his press conference. Yeah, New York media. It's like New York Post. It's just all over his ass. Not just him, really everyone is. Anyways. Go to Major League Baseball. And White Sox, Yankees, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Rangers, Astros, Jordan Lyles on the mound. Bring a glove. John Lester and Bruce Zimmerman in Washington, where the Nationals took care of business against the Orioles yesterday. Strasburg. And Mets, Marlins, Braves, Pirates. All these are, wow, there's a lot of early ones. So we'll stop there. We'll just stop at Mets, Marlins. Ron, any of these?
Yeah, I'm going to go towards the Diamondbacks-Rockies game at Coors Field. You know, Master Bumgarner seems to have found a rhythm now. At the last 5 starts, he's only given up 4 earned in the last 29 innings. I think he's pitching a lot more comfortable than he was before the start of the season miserably. So I'm going to lean his way in the Diamondbacks. Antonio Senzatella just not having a great season with his 5+ ERA. I think the Diamondbacks get at him, and even if they don't get at him completely, that Rockies bullpen is certainly not too sharp themselves. I think they give up a few runs as well. So I'll take the Diamondbacks on the money line.
Rod?
And for me, in this one, I'm going to take a shot with the Orioles. I know they lost yesterday, but with Lester on the mound, I got pure faith of that guy. He's not good. 0-2 in the year. Zimmerman's not much better, but I'll take the Orioles bats. I think they come to life here and get a win. They're 4-1 the last 5 in Washington. I'll take a shot here with the Baltimore Orioles over the Washington Nationals.
I like the Nets in that one. Zimmerman's terrible. Brian?
I've been fading John Lester since he's come back, and it's been
all 2 starts.
Oh, 2 starts. I mean, the guy's awful. He's seen better days. His best days are behind him for sure. Orioles, 4 straight losses. You're getting plus 140 with them. I'll take Baltimore. And then the Detroit Tigers. Can't be a day without a Detroit Tigers play. You got Matthew Boyd in the mound. He's only 2-4, but it's 2.46 ERA. He's pretty stingy. I'll take that plus 130 and team it up with the Orioles. Even bets should come out ahead today.
I don't know, man. At least John Lester had best days to be behind him. Zimmerman's best days were in spring training. And now since then, he's been absolutely hammered. So I'm going to have to go with the Nats here, coming off riding the confidence of last night's whitewashing of the Birds. And I'm I'm on the Astros here on the run line against Jordan Lyles. I also love the over in that one, 9. I think we could be over by the 4th inning in this thing with Jordan Lyles pitching. I'd like the over in home runs allowed by Jordan Lyles if there is a prop in that one, as always, because he serves up a lot of home runs. So look for the Rangers to get absolutely bludgeoned again, which is usually the case with Lyles pitches. How many home runs has he given?
He's had 3 solid starts in a row. His last start, 1 run given up against the New York Yankees. Start before that, it was 2 runs against the Giants, who had hot bats. So I mean, Lyles isn't good, but he hasn't been the worst pitcher.
He's given up 1.84 home runs per 9.
Yep, it's almost 2 home runs a game.
Yeah, and that's been his career. He's been around that for quite some time. So
expect to see some balls in the seats.
5.06 FIP.
Not pretty.
They're gonna knock the FIP out of him.
They're gonna knock the FIP out of him.
I don't know about you, Romanelli, today.
I'm not saying the Astros.
I've heard 3 plays in a row from you, but I don't know.
I'm not taking the Astros.
I'm not on the Rangers either, but I'm going to look into that a little bit later today. See what we're looking at.
You're foolish and lack vision.
I must be. Early sample kind of indicates that it's not too sharp of a play at Astros, but it's early.
This MLB card you got to be careful. It's a minefield out there today.
That's why I don't have a lot of plays.
Yeah, there's a lot of traps, and they're going to get Bittler today. I'm kidding.
We'll see. I'm smelling another 5-0, but we'll see where we end up.
You'd be due.
Saturdays are always tough, but
Brian,
you gotta see through it.
Bittler.
Brian the Trap Bittler.
I've heard a lot of Brian nicknames out there. A lot of them. I like big play. A lot of people came with Brian Big Play Bittler, or Big Play Brian Bittler is one of the leaders there. Also, Big Time. So I think what we'll do is we'll narrow it down to about 5 or 6, and we'll just do a poll in our right here on YouTube. I think you can do polls right here on YouTube in our community tab. Just because you're not a premium member doesn't mean you won't be able to go under the community tab and vote. So we'll just make it a public vote right here on YouTube, and we'll leave it up there for a while. We'll just come up with 5 or 6 of them. I like Blockhead, but that's just me. Senor Square. What's square in Spanish? I'm sure someone in our audience knows.
I took 4 years of Spanish, but I don't remember.
I took like more than that.
5 years, actually. It is.
I typed in Spanish square. I got like an apartment complex.
Cuadrado.
Oh, that makes sense.
Cuadrado. That's the masculine.
Now I got the crossword clue. Spanish square plaza. All right. Plaza. It's not. What is it? Cuadrado?
Yeah.
Okay. Cuadrado. You could call him some other things too. El Cuadrado.
I like
El Cuadrado. Square in Spanish equals. I don't know. Breaking out our Spanish accents here. How about the Castilian Spanish, like the Spain accent? It's like it's a different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, speaking of Castilian Spanish, got Braves and Pirates. Woof! I tell you, they broke out the ugly stick last. Oh man, I think did I give out the Pirates in the thing, or did Brian? One of us said we liked the It's about gonna be. I think it was both of us. Oh, God. It's like, please stop. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm looking to get stuff done. I got to wait till the games are over. It's like, so bad. All you can do is laugh. Got the Reds and the Brewers. The Reds got the win yesterday. Sonny Gray on the mound today. He's been hideous. Got the Royals against the Tigers. Pretty interesting little series they got going. Indians and the Twins. It was all Twinkies last night. Kenta Maeda against Shane Bieber. First time ever I had to re-record the video, called him Justin Bieber, had to reshoot. First time ever. I mean, in all these years of doing Bieber games. And all those Bieber videos I've done over time. First time ever that I said Justin Bieber on the mound. And I knew it right when I said it. And I had to reshoot. Got Cardinals and the Cubs. And the Cubs with the big 8th inning last night in a super tight game. Blew it wide open.
Had it all the way.
Had it all. They did. I lost that one too. It was just that kind of night, you know. Sometimes it happens. And if I could go minus 300 on a night like I had last night, losing 2 1-runners and getting absolutely blown out in 2 games, it's okay. You know, it's fine. It's gonna happen. You know, right? I mean, if that's as bad as it gets, then that's good. Because all it takes is one good day. Like, you know, I think the day before I was plus 420 on, you know, so on 4-1, on 1-4 minus 300. If you can do that every single time, well, you still get a pretty nice stack of pancakes. Rod, what do you think of these games?
Ugh.
All right.
Rod's gonna take a pass here.
No, I'm gonna take Detroit here with Matthew Boyd on the mound. And Detroit's playing some good. They're playing the better baseball right now. They're 8-2 in the last 10. We're gonna have plus money again with Detroit. Give me Detroit over the Royals and Brady Singer. Only one I really like in that spot.
Yeah, there's a couple I like here. Not in love with, but I do lean the Reds money line. You know, Sonny Gray has struggled this season, but Brett Anderson's miserable. His strikeout numbers are way, way down. And if you don't miss bats in today's MLB, I keep saying this, but you're not going to succeed. He gives up a ton of base hits, and he walks a bunch of guys as well. I think the Reds price at minus 140 is right where I would take it. If it goes upwards of 150, I'd stay away just because I don't think Gray is worth that price. I also like the Braves on the run line. You know, it's tough to recoup from a 20-1 loss, so I think with Mitch Keller on the mound, not putting the Pirates in the best position, might be a square play, but the numbers just point too much in the Braves' direction for me to go otherwise. And I like the over in the Cubs game as well. Adbert Alzolay, you know, his numbers may show that, you know, his FIP is low, but his BABIP, which is another number I like to look at, his batting average for balls put in play is also super, super low, meaning he is in store for a couple rough starts. He's going to give up a ton. I don't think Mikolas does well either. I like the over in the Cardinals Cubs.
I got to disagree with you on that Pirates Braves thing about what you said. Like after getting the 20 scored on you the night before, normally the guys are tired from rounding around the bases, swinging the bat that many times, and I think that the next night out, the other team normally has a short memory, and it's kind of like a team that gets no hit. The next night out, it's like they were embarrassed and they kind of play a little harder, you know, for it. And I think the Pirates, you know, they've shown that, you know, they can get stomped. They can get stomped all the time, and it's like, but they're one of the better Saturday Sunday combo teams out there. You want to talk about the Rod Zawacki, you know, steak Saturday, the Pirates, you know, Saturday. We decided that we can casually change the names of Rod's pick plans, like, you know, tackle your third grade teacher Wednesday. You know, it's like okay, it works for me. You know, but Yeah, it's to me it's like I think it's the opposite. I think that the team that loses generally has a little bit more fire in their belly. It's a 162 game schedule. If you let a 20 run loss sit in your system, man, the whole season could get away from you. You know, I don't see it, but that's just me. I don't know. We'll have to get some ball players on here. I know some. We'll get some on here and we'll ask them what it's like.
Pirates are 7-3 in their last 10 during Game 3 of the series. So
yeah, they're really good. Like lose the first game, lose the second game, win the next two. They're really good on that on the weekends. Yeah. Raise the Jolly Roger. I listen to the baseball. Like I'll watch an entire NFL Sunday without hearing an announcer call a game, you know. But on baseball, for some reason, I just love to listen to the announcers because it's like there's a lot of time to fill. Anyways, Brian, what do you think of these gems?
Yeah, for me, I completely disagree with Romanelli here. I just think Pirates, man, when you a professional athlete gets beat 20-1 or whatever that final score was, plus you got Bryce Wilson on the mound and you're laying minus 200 with the Braves. That's crazy.
Also,
I'm run line.
Don't you think the Braves got like a little? Don't you think the Braves got like a little too?
Mitch Keller certainly.
Mitch Keller's awful. But I think the Pirates have enough fight in them.
Don't you think the Braves also got like a little bit too, kind of rah-rah, like, this is a team that's been terrible. And it's kind of like you're hitting home runs up by this much and then you're celebrating like that,
They used up all their runs yesterday.
Yeah, they used them all up. They should have spaced them out.
I think we see some more runs. I'm going to take the over. And then throw in the...
Yeah, I like the over. Yeah.
Over.
You guys had your turn.
I love the over.
Why are you guys always talking over Brian?
Sorry.
Oh my God, they're jumping in on me. And I'm going to do a slight lean on the Minnesota Twins today because Bieber's pretty square. I mean, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, and Maeda's had some rough starts, but plus 150. It's just the lean. I like the Pirates much better, but I'll take Minnesota to that.
I'm going to take the Indians to bounce back in that one from yesterday's game. It's like Maeda's been terrible, and the reason is that his stuff isn't working. So when your stuff's not working, your fastball's got to be faster than 90, which is what
kind of like John Lester.
Well, whatever, I faded Lester for years. People criticized the hell out of me. I'm a long-time Lester fader.
Lester lover.
I need a Lester that won't drive me crazy. I like the Brewers here, too, with you guys. I don't know if anyone said this, but...
I said Reds.
No, like I said, I like the Brewers here. Sonny Gray has not been anywhere near the pitcher that we saw in the past. The Brewers are not playing well, but the Reds aren't good either. They stink, too. So, who stinks a little less today? The Brewers have gone from, first place, and now they're 21-23, but that's what they do. That is what they do. And then all of a sudden, they're relevant again. I don't think that series in Kansas City was the confidence builder they had hoped it would be. I like them here, though, to bounce back. I wonder how many fans they let in Cincinnati. Probably a bunch, too. It seems like they're letting fans back.
And New York is at 50% capacity.
But they said 15,000 for the Knicks game.
Yeah, that's crazy. So they must be upping it to 75. Or I don't know how much the Garden holds.
Capacity. That's
20 something. Florida, the Gators will have 100% for football season.
I like Madison Square Garden.
I haven't been in a while. Getting back to.
I can't remember what was the last thing I saw at Madison Square Garden. Last event I went to. I've been to a crap ton, though. Crap ton. God, it's been a long time, to be honest with you. It has been a while. It's something Madison Square Garden. Was it the Grateful Dead concert? Could have been that long ago, 93. Terry Norris versus Sugar Ray Leonard. right? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Which came first? Terrible Terry Norris versus Sugar Ray Leonard? Or the Grateful Dead? I don't know. I like Brett Anderson in this spot. It's a pure fade of Sonny Gray. I also like the Cardinals to bounce back here against the Cubs. Though that bullpen has some serious soul searching to do. There's certain people in this locker room. We're not going to mention any names. They know who they are. Got Phillies and the Red Sox. Spencer Howard's got a starting job here for the Phillies. Wow. Giants and the Dodgers. Man, that was a tight one. The Giants certainly had their chances. They just could not get it done. That Brandon Belt always strikes out when you need him to do something. Does it to me every time. Then you got the Padres and the Mariners. Justice. Will justice be served? And Shane McClanahan up against Robbie Ray. You want to talk about polar opposites. And then you got Patrick Sandoval. It will be Sandoval. Up against Chris Bassett at the Big A. Brian, who do you like in these 5?
Yeah, I think the Seattle Mariners were tremendous value tonight with Sheffield on the mound. He had a nice start last time out. Weathers has looked very good this season, but I just think after getting their butts kicked last night, the Mariners, that they'll bounce back today. And then the Phillies and Red Sox, I had the Red Sox written down early in the morning, but man, this line was super, super square. Spencer Howard, the minor league numbers, I think over his career in the minors, 3.17 ERA in the minors. I think he'll. This is a game I want to revisit on the VIP show, but as of right now, I'm all over the Phillies here. I think MFW.
All right. Ron Romanelli.
Yeah, it's only one that I'm looking at in this spot, and I like the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. Robbie Ray, I have a love-hate relationship with Robbie Ray. He got the job done for me last game. I appreciate that, but I'm fading him in this spot. I don't think he should be laying juice with Robbie Ray. Shane McClanahan, the Rays' top pitching prospect. He has to sharpen things up, but he has great stuff. Just has to work on the location. But I do think the Rays are the better bet, getting plus money in this spot. So I'll take Tampa Bay, and I'll take them on the money line.
So you're not jumping on Sandoval. Is that basically what you're saying here?
I'm just running away from Sandoval.
You don't see it as a golden opportunity?
I'm not big on Chris Bassett. I would lean towards the over, but...
What part of that 5.56 ERA doesn't get it done for you?
I think we got to look at it at the VIP show later. Angels might be.
That pitching change just kind of threw a monkey wrench into the actions.
Monkey wrench there. Yeah, the 11th round pick out of Mission Viejo. It will be Sandoval. Rod?
I'll just take Oakland on the run line again.
Why not?
That one.
How many in a row have the Angels lost now? What's the skid at?
The skid is at
2.
Oh, really?
But they've lost
that's right.
4 of their last 5.
They got a win last time, Sam.
They beat the Twins 7-1 a couple days ago.
That's right. And we congratulate them for their efforts.
And I'm also going to take the Padres. They've just been slaughtering teams. And the Mariners ain't been bouncing back from anything. This offense is like, the last 4 games, they got 1 run, no runs, 1 run. The last 4 games, just fell asleep, the Mariners offense. So till I see something from that, I'll just take the Padres on the run line in that one. And I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take Robbie Ray from the Jays over the Rays. Jays always battle. Scrappy bunch, this young team. Robbie Ray is 4-0 in his last 4 starts with the Jays. So I think he's going to make it 5. Give me the Toronto Blue Jays over the Rays in this one.
So Robbie Ray has eliminated the walks. That's really what he's done here. Right? He's eliminated the walks, and that's always been his bugaboo, right? And the 84 walks in 2019 were just off the chain. And then the next year, when he decided that he wasn't going to walk, that was last year, he was going to try and avoid the walks. That's when he gave up the big, they had the 7.84 ERA. So it's like either he throws it off the plate, and the problem that you have here is that you have a team that kind of specializes in that, right? In Tampa Bay, right? It's like they specialize in the guy that it's like if it's off the plate, they're not going to swing. If it's on the plate, they're going to murder it every time. This is just it's just a bad matchup for him, right? That's why
he gives up a ton of home runs, 2.45 home runs per 9.
And he has not pitched well against the Rays either. So I don't know. Not loving that spot. Ray and the Rays.
5.2 FIP.
Yep. Six hits, 3 runs, all earned. 2 bombs last time against the Rays. That was just a couple weeks ago.
Raise up.
Big bounce back here.
7:37 start time. Eastern. Be there. How about the Angels and A's trying to take the big stage there? Start our game at 10:07. It's like they're not a game that starts within 2 hours of us. Like, we own this thing. This is our slot. Bitler's like, I like a good slot. $5-0 yesterday for Brian. All that complaining by our audience, and he goes 5-0.
We'll see what happens today. I have a few ones to go. Especially NBA.
Especially NBA. I think NBA, Brian and I are on all the same teams.
Me too.
Except I know one he's not on. Actually. Because he's...
Well, me and you disagree about the Brooklyn Nets.
That's the game.
I think you're dead wrong about that.
That's the game I might feel very strong about.
I hate the Nets. Bunch of overpaid bums.
Mets. Let's go. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Mets.
Let's not forget about the playoff pedigree of
What's up with Mr. Met? He's still around? Mr. Met. He's still the mascot.
I think he was barred from the stadium.
Mr. Met has been barred from the stadium. Him and David Cohn.
It's gender specific. You can't have that. So no more Mr. Met.
It was when David Cohn got traded from the Mets. It's like, why would you trade David Cohn? Well, he was exposing himself to groupies in the bullpen. He's got to go. It's like, what? Yes. Remember that? It's like David Cohn was exposing himself to women in the bullpen. It was like, oh, yeah. That's why he had to go. He was on that great Mets pitching staff. I mean, he won a Cy Young Award after he left the Mets. It wasn't like, they wanted to get rid of him or anything. It was kind of like when Randy Moss got thrown out of Florida State and Bobby Bowden was crying at the microphone. Such a good kid. Cried a river. That was the worst. It's like if you get thrown out of Florida State, man, and you're a football player, that's about as tough as it gets. It's like, especially if you're Randy Moss,
Or Miami. I mean, they both.
No, Miami actually has pretty tough. Miami's a small private school. Florida State is definitely a lot looser.
Yeah.
A lot looser. Remember Sebastian Janikowski? He showed up like 4 hours after curfew for the bowl game. It's like, so are you saying he plays by a different set of rules? I guess I am. That's what Bobby Bowden said. It's like, I guess he does. It's like, he's playful. He's 4 hours late for curfew. It's like, we heard Sebastian Janikowski was 4 hours late for curfew. Will he be playing in the game? Yes, he does. Does that mean he plays by a different set of rules than the rest of your players? I guess he does. It's like, yep, that's how Florida State rolls. Who was the guy? Who was the third roommate? I know who it was. He got thrown out too. It was Peter Warwick, who did not get thrown out. He just didn't win the Heisman because of the antics. Lavernius Coles and Randy Moss. with the wide receivers. And Moss was thrown out of school. Coles was thrown out. And Peter Warwick stayed and didn't get the Heisman, even though he was the best player in the country. Did he get the Heisman? No, he didn't. He did not get the Heisman. All right. Speaking of Heisman, let's go to the NHL. Such a good kid. He didn't mean to steal that stereo. It's like the Cam Newton. It's like they don't just steal it, then they lie about it, and then threaten violence. It's like it doesn't work. Tampa Bay Lightning up against the Panthers. That game starts in about an hour. Got the Islanders and the Penguins. Romanelli in his Pick Dogs hat on Islanders Day. He's got the Maple Leafs against the Canadiens and the Smudges against the Vegas Knights. I don't know what any of the scores in these series are or what game number it is. Rod, you want to drop the puck for us here?
Alrighty, so Panthers and Lightning, game number 4. I'm going to take the Panthers plus the goal and a half in this one. It's definitely going to be a 1-goal game, 100%. Take that one. Parlay that one up with the Montreal Canadiens and the Maple Leafs plus the goal and a half. There's another one that's easily a 1-goal game.
Hockey Night in Canada game?
Hot diggity dog.
Yeah, starts at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Hot diggity dog poop. You parlay those two up. Take the Panthers plus 1.5. The Montreal Canadiens plus the goal and a half. Nice cakewalk rocking chair winner for Saturday night hockey.
Nice $86 on 100. Parlay.
Might be a little more.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's too good to be true, dog.
It's too good to be true.
Well, for me in this hockey Saturday, in the Toronto and Montreal game, I like the Canadiens getting the goal and a half as well. The first game, Canadiens won. As an Islander fan, my prayers still go out to John Tavares. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. But I do think the Canadiens are going to keep this game close. Wouldn't be surprised to see overtime. I think Rod's definitely onto something with that 1-goal game there. So I like Montreal getting the puck and a half. And it pains me to say this, but I'm going to have to take the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line against the New York Islanders. I'll be rooting for the Islanders until the end, but the Penguins are the better play in my opinion. Just think that this is going to be a heartbreaking loss for the Islanders. I wouldn't be surprised to see an overtime winner. It's unfortunate. Not happy to say it, but I want you guys to make money off of it, and let's all make money off of it anyway. So take the Penguins on the money line, and I'll take the Minnesota Wild on the money line as well. I'm not ready to give up on Minnesota. They play very well at home. They got off to a great start in the last game at home. I think that they can finish it off and even up this series. So I'll take Minnesota.
What's your favorite part of the logo? The ketchup, the mustard, or the relish?
I had to go with the relish.
Brian?
Yeah, if I'm going to man up here, I'm going to take the plus money with the Florida Panthers and the Montreal Canadiens. Canadiens showed us what they had in Game 1 of that series. No reason why they can't beat the choke artist Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 2. And then Florida, I was riding the Lightning for the first 3 games, lost the last game. This game I'm on Florida. Everybody in the world's humping up on Tampa Bay. I think Florida's got another win in them. So give me Florida, give me Montreal on the money line.
All right. Let's see. I like the Islanders here, just so Romanelli feels bad when his team wins. And you can't jump ship. You got to be a homer sometimes. I do it.
I don't care. I hope the Islanders win more than anything, but I just think that the Penguins are going to win.
Romanelli's odd today. He's a little off his normal.
I love my Islanders. I bleed orange and blue, and I hope you do too. But the Penguins are going to win in overtime. And my heart will be ripped out of my chest.
Take the Islanders, Vegas, and the Montreal Canadiens. Gauge those 3 together. Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing. Parlay time. I'll do mine first. I like the Islanders, the Canadians, and Vegas. Birdcage. Rod, who do you like?
For me, I'm going to take San Diego Padres on the run line, Oakland on the run line, and the Baltimore Orioles on the money line. Parlay those three up.
I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line, the Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line, and the Miami Heat Milwaukee Bucks game to go under the total.
Brian?
Love this parlay. Dallas Mavericks plus the points, Boston Celtics plus the points, and the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line.
I really hate that one. So we'll see tomorrow how it goes. Really don't like two of those plays, to be honest with you. I think they stink.
Well, I would have to say the Boston Red Sox and the Brooklyn Nets are very public.
Super
we'll
public.
see on the VIP
Super
show
public.
what it looks like later on.
Super public. Super public. But I just think that I think the Phillies we saw last night, I mean, this is a bad matchup for them. And I mean,
they struggle versus Boston over the last 10 years.
I could see the Nets opening. I'm not saying the Nets are going to sweep the Celtics, even though they might. I could see them opening up here, busting them up by 20 to 30 points. So I could see it. Putting on a show. I love the real NBA fans that we get, in the comments. Who's going to guard Durant? Who's going to do this? They have every matchup lined up. They're all geared up, they're ready. Oh yeah, who's going to guard this guy? Who's going to do that? You know what? 99 out of 100 times, they make a really good point. It's I tell you what, I learned so much about the NBA reading the comments on my YouTube videos, where they point out stuff that I missed or whatever. It's you realize that Towns, Rubio, and are all healthy today. When those three play together, forget about it. Yeah,
Celtics as a franchise always stepping up in the playoffs. Always.
Except last year when the Heat beat them.
Oh, they made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, they had the second best record in the conference. They should have been in the semifinals. So it's
how many championships have the Nets won? As you always say.
Yeah, but the Nets is a totally different team. You can't talk about the other Nets team.
How many franchises recently and throughout sports have bought a championship or rented a championship?
Brooklyn Nets.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers just did it, right? I mean, it's
Nets tried it a couple of years ago. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Yeah, those guys were 100 when they did. That was those were considered the worst trades in the history of the NBA. That we've got the Nets pick. Remember the Cavs? It's the Cavs are so bad. It's we've got the Nets pick, and it's it ended up being 8. It's it wasn't even it was top thing.
That might be the upset of the day. Don't be shocked if Boston knocks them off.
If Boston knocks them up, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I would be shocked.
I'll tell you who else would be shocked is Brad Stevens. Because he said it would be shocked if they didn't win the title. And he's the coach. This is the guy you've got all your eggs.
Psychology.
You got your eggs in his basket, as they say. Brad's always putting his eggs in someone's basket.
And Brown's out, by the way. He's had a season-ending injury a week ago, so
Brown is out. Brown's out. Yeah, Brown's out.
Yeah, long gone.
Long gone.
Long gone.
That's why we have the Speedy Alka-Seltzer guy here for Brian's picks. We always keep the Alka-Seltzer handy.
Celtics and Mavericks take it to the bank with the points.
Can't really see him too well, right? His head's cut off. You know, it is because I got the subscribe sign up there and stuff. I kind of mixed the setup. Because I went to the new video format. I've heard total mixed reviews on the new video format. Some people say go to the old one. Some people say stick with the new one. Some people say I really like the new one. Some people say I really like the old one. I don't know. I like the new one. I like the people that say nothing. Just watch. But I noticed that we have a lot more views on the new ones.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a season. Maybe it's just people like me.
Hey, there you go.
Doubt it. Probably not. Okay, we'll recap it then. We'll start with Rod Zawacki, the People's Champion.
All righty, we'll start in the NBA. We're going to go the Heat plus the points, the Mavericks plus the points. Take the Blazers game under the total. MLB, we're going to take the Orioles on the money line, Detroit on the money line, take the Jays on the money line, take the Braves game over 9.5, take the Padres on the run line, Oakland on the run line. And my parlay, we're going to take the Padres on the run line, Oakland on the run line, and the Orioles on the money line. NHL, take the Florida Panthers plus the goal and a half. And the other one plus the goal and a half. What the heck was that one? The Montreal Canadiens plus the goal and a half.
We got to all get nicknames. I like that. The People's Champion, Rod Zawacki. I like that one. To go. What will Romanelli's nickname be? The King of the Garlic Knot. Ron Romanelli.
Well, he used to be the Junior Sharp, but I don't know after that.
Nah, I don't want. You could take your Junior Sharp title and throw it away.
Take it and stick it with your Celtics pick.
Oh, you're killing me. My heart. You're killing me.
Well, we'll come up with something here.
That's it.
All right.
The Prince of Predictions, Ron Romanelli. The Crown Prince of Predictions, Ron Romanelli. I like it. It's almost sleazy.
All right, we'll get in the NBA. We're going to take the Miami Heat under the total in that game, the under in the Clippers game, the over in the Trailblazers game, and the Brooklyn Nets laying the points against the Celtics. In baseball, I like the Diamondbacks, the Reds, and the Rays all on the money line. I like the Atlanta Braves on the run line, and I like the over in the Cubs Cardinals. And in the National Hockey League, I have the Canadiens getting the goal and a half, the Minnesota Wild on the money line, and unfortunately the Penguins on the money line. And my parlay is the Pittsburgh Penguins money line, the Tampa Bay Rays money line, and the Miami Heat under. I have a 3-pack Super Saturday, looking to sweep the board yet again.
The Prince of Prognostication, Ron Romanelli. I like it. I'm going to give everyone nicknames. The People's Champion, Rod Zawacki. The Prince of Prognostications, Ron Romanelli. And Brian Big Time Bittler, what do you got?
I don't know. I kind of like take it to the bank, Bittler, but
I like it's too much. It's too.
You're the boss, so you make all.
No. It's too long. Take it to the bank is too long.
You can take this one.
How
Take
about
the Dallas
Bankit?
Mavericks
How about
plus-
Brian Bankit, Bittler?
Maybe.
Bankit. Bankit, baby. Brian Bankit, baby, Bittler.
All right. Maybe.
How about the Prince of Prognostication? Oh, Romanelli's got that one.
For me in the NBA, I'll take the Dallas Mavericks plus the points, the Boston Celtics plus the points in a layup. Orioles money line, Tigers money line, Pirates money line, Mariners money line, Phillies money line, and then in the NHL, the Florida Panthers on the money line and the Montreal Canadiens on the money line. My parlay was the Phillies, Celtics, and Mavs. And don't forget my Take It to the Bank 5-pack off a 5-0 day. Winning days 3 out of 4. $50, pickdogs.com.
Heat, Nets, and Blazers for me. I also like the Milwaukee Brewers. I took the what else did I even take? Took the Milwaukee Brewers. I like the over in the Astros Rangers game, and of course I like the Boston Red Sox. And then in hockey, we parlayed up the what was it even again? Oh yeah, we took the Islanders, the Canadiens, and the Vegas Golden Knights, and then we parlayed them up. Okay. Back. Lost my mouse here. All right, there we go. So is everyone back tomorrow? Show? You guys all on tomorrow?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be joined by the People's Champion, Rod Zawacki, Prince of Prognostication, Ron Romanelli, and Brian Bank It Baby Bittler. I don't know if I like that one. We'll have to work on that. I like big time. What do you guys think? I mean, you guys share the stage with them. What do you guys think?
I like Senor Square, but that's okay.
Oh, how about El Cuadrado? I like that one better, actually. El Cuadrado. Is that what it was?
Yeah, see, that one gets a vote. Definitely.
Rod, what do you like?
I don't like any. How's that?
Wow. Wow. Someone's no fun at all today. Oof.
Rod's taking a pass.
Taking a Ruffalo on the nicknaming. The People's Champion takes a takes a pass on the nickname. I like the People's Champion. I think that's good. That's a good one. I don't know. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you, the VIP guys, in a few hours, and of course, I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Let's make it a winning day. The Prince of Prognostication.